there are 3 inner buttons within you. Say this is you. There's button number 1, button number 2, button number 3. The first one is fun. Number 2 is carefree. And number 3 is passion. Fun, carefree, passion. Every single person must learn how to push those buttons within themselves. All of you must learn how to push your own buttons and generate within you, on your own, fun, carefree, passion. These are also very addictive and attractive vibes. Everyone here wants to have more fun. Everyone in the world wants to have more fun. Right? If you see someone who's having fun, you will naturally be drawn to that person because you will hope that that fun vibe, that fun energy will rub off on you. Everyone wants to be more carefree. Everyone cares too much. Everyone's so tense and uptight. If you see someone who's truly just loose, it's very attractive because you're like, oh, if I'm around that person, maybe I'll be a little bit more carefree as well. And the same with passion, as we talked about, linking it to also purpose. No one's excited about anything anymore. No one's like, oh, I got this thing I'm working on. There's this I'm into. It's like, everyone's like, yeah, another day. The thing they might be the most passionate about is a movie or a show they're watching. It's like, okay, well, cultivate that, and people want to be around you. It's like, whoa, that person's just really into what they're doing. I love that energy. I want some of that passion too. So if you want to draw people in, this is another great model. Fun, carefree, passion. In terms of generating that within you, though, you must learn about yourself, and you must learn how to authentically summon this within. It can't be fake or manufactured. So if you think of fun, what most people will do is like, logically thinking, how can I make myself experience fun? Versus, how can I summon fun? And a great way, and it also hits on carefree, is to learn how to laugh at yourself and not take yourself too seriously. An exercise I'll sometimes give clients is, and you can use this, is next time, say you're talking to someone and you sense yourself way too serious, not having fun, I call this the awkward laugh challenge. You could say 5 seconds, or between every sentence, after every sentence, you must do an awkward laugh along the lines of, hee hee hee. Like a Michael Jackson meets South Park, a creepy like, hee hee. But you must act like it didn't happen and everything's normal. So say I'm talking, hey, I'm Julien, good to meet you. What's your name?
Artyom.
Oh, Artyom, that's a cool name. So you from San Francisco?
Not originally, not.
Oh, where are you from?
Russia.
Russia. Oh, cool. And it's like just so ridiculous, you're going to start laughing at yourself. Like you can't, it's very hard to hold a straight face doing this. Now what happened there? You summoned, as even some of you were giggling here, that was genuine laughter. Right? Notice, it's not like, make myself laugh. You summoned real laughter. That's just one way. You must learn all the different ways that work for you specifically. This also means understanding your sense of humor. What do you find funny? What are you into? If you don't know, start there. At a most basic level, watch some stand-up comedy. I would try to go to a comedy show at least once, if not twice a week. That was like my hobby, my passion outside of work. I loved it. And you'll learn so much about different styles of humor, different style, vibe-wise, stage presence, just charisma. There's so much value there. But say you can't go to one in person, go online and start watching stand-up comedy. And wait for that authentic laughter, that authentic giggling to bubble up. Might take a while. For me, it took a long time. I was always someone, by the way, this is very true. I had a lot of trouble laughing in public and laughing in front of friends. Like even with friends, say someone's like, again, friends, didn't have many, but the few I had. Say we're watching a movie and everyone's giggling, I'd be the only person not laughing. I'd be analyzing. That's my default. I went to a comedy show, first few shows, everyone's laughing, I'm just analyzing like, I see what he did there. Okay. Literally, that's how it worked. So you need to learn how to get out of your head there and get into the body and learn how to really tap back into laughing. On an inner side with letting go, it's let go of the resistance around laughter. If you're not laughing every day, something's wrong. For a lot of people, they're like, oh, I rarely laugh. If you're not laughing till you piss your pants every day, something is wrong. So watch that comedy. See what sparks that laughter. Then make note of it. Then see if, okay, what about that did I find funny? See if you can find the patterns beneath it, the themes beneath it. Which comedians make you laugh more than others? Why? On your daily life, give yourself a 30-day challenge where for 30 days, at the end of the day, you write down 3 funny things that day. What were they? Why did you find them funny? You write down 3 a day. After a month, you have 90 funny things. Then you can categorize them. Which ones go together? And you're going to start seeing the different themes and understand your humor. I know how to make myself laugh very fast because I know my humor. Okay? For me personally, as you know, 1, I have a very messed up sense of humor. 2, just with my teaching and what I stand for in life, I love unplugging people from social conditioning or unplugging people from, as cheesy as it sounds, the matrix or a derp state. And one of the ways of doing that on a comedy level is doing or saying things that deviate from the anticipated script. Meaning there's always an anticipated response. If you talk to somebody like, hey, how's it going? Good, how are you? Everyone expects that, right? So there's always these kind of expected socially conditioned scripts, and if you deviate from it, people are like, that does not compute, that doesn't, and it kind of snaps people out. And if you do it in a funny way, which kind of goes into my sense of messed up humor or dark humor, I find it very amusing, and I can easily do that with anything. I just ask myself, okay, what's the anticipated script? Deviate from it. It's a very Borat-like sense of humor, a very Nathan for you type sense of humor. That's my jam. That's my jam. So I understand that about myself. There's many other buttons. I can easily summon fun. And I can get very creative. And this is the other big skill with all of these. It's learning about yourself plus creativity. Meaning, you should reach a point where you know these buttons within you, and you know how to take anything out here, anything from the conversation, from the environment, from the context, from the people around you, from what you're saying. You can just take it all and in a creative way link it to those buttons. For example, even someone who's like, oh, I'm scared of running out of things to say. Okay, well, what if you do run out of things to say and you get creative? You could easily hit fun and carefree by simply embracing it and telling the person, hey, I ran out of things to say. I'm so boring. I should have watched more Julien videos. Like all this stuff. Like you exaggerate it to the point where you laugh. And now you're hitting on fun because you're laughing and carefree because you're laughing at yourself. So you use something that most people label as bad. I ran out of things to say. It's only bad if you're not creative enough. People are very good socially. They're very creative. It takes time. It takes practice. But start now. Find those buttons and get creative. How can I use this for fun, carefree passion? That's the frame. That's the question. This happens. How can I use it for fun, carefree passion? Oh, this happens. That didn't go according to plan. How can I use it for fun, carefree passion? Okay. Carefree is really learning how to laugh at yourself. The other formula with this one is embrace, exaggerate, terrible light, well, exaggerate, laugh. Laugh. My writing usually isn't this bad, but I just like it because I'm like, why would I spell out every letter? People know what it says. This is laugh, laugh. There you go. Ha 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 ha. This is a good simple formula to follow where, say even, I remember another client, this is in London, he was feeling really down. And I'm like, he's like, oh, I don't know if I can talk to anyone. Step 1, embrace. So don't fight what you're feeling, embrace it. Okay, you're feeling down, embrace. Takes away the feeling bad about feeling bad. That's a state crash, by the way. You feel bad about feeling bad, and you feel bad about feeling bad about feeling bad, and it's like, feel good about feeling bad, you're in state. So like, embrace it, don't fight it. Okay, you're not feeling too happy or feeling down. Well, that's some material for us to get creative with to hit those buttons, right? Most people are like, I'm just going to go home. It's like, no, get creative. There is no such thing as bad you could say, material when it comes to fun, carefree passion. Anything that you feel, anything that's given to you, if you're creative enough, you can find a way. So I'm like, okay, well, let's follow this formula. You're going to embrace it. You feel down. You're going to exaggerate it to the point where you laugh about it. And as soon as you laugh about it, it removes the seriousness and pressure and the hold that it has on you. So I had him go talk to two people, strangers, and he's like, hey, how's it going? And his mission was to do exactly this. So he's like, hey, how's it going? I just feel really down. I'm so sad. I'm probably the saddest person you'll ever meet. And they were like, oh, what? And he's like, yeah. And he had a little hint of a smile and then came back. He's like, yeah, I maybe feel a little bit better, but not super good. Same formula, next people, go say hi. So he goes up, he's like, hey, I used to feel really sad, but I feel like 1% better because I took action. And then he started chuckling a bit. And eventually, he embraced, exaggerated, and laughed his way back into a great mood and had a blast. Use this formula. Self-attacking when you're down is easy. It's the default. Oh, I suck, I should be doing better. Well, what about even embracing and exaggerating and laughing at the self-attack? Hey, how's it going? I'm Julien. I suck so much. I'm such a piece of shit. Hi. It's like, wait, what? Then you laugh at it. Then even in terms of your life and what you say, right? We talked a lot about, vibe content. Here it's like vibe. All these crazy situations where you get creative, they become crazy cool stories you can now share and talk about. That's the other big one. People are like, how do I talk about things that are interesting? By being interested in it, but also by living a crazy, amazing, and epic life. If all you do in life is a Groundhog Day of waking up, going to work, watching some TV, and passing out, you're not going to have many stories to share. That's normal. You want stories to share, you got to live more. And embracing this guarantees that you have epic and fun stories to share. And even situations where you make a fool of yourself, or you're anxious, or you're embarrassed, make for epic stories. Epic doesn't necessarily mean everything goes well and smooth. That's actually boring. Epic means, do you find it funny? Do you find it epic? Are you excited by it? So learn how to collect that, and it will also feed into the content side of communication. You better laugh at your own jokes, right? I hate this rule, like, never laugh at your own joke. It looks needy and try hard. No. I am the first to laugh at my own jokes. Why? Because my jokes are mainly for me. Okay, that's the thing. Humor is you entertaining yourself, making yourself laugh, making yourself feel good, right? It's not a funny thing. Laugh? They laughed. Oh, I feel good. It's me making myself feel good and then drawing others in and involving others. So there's never going to be a situation, for me at least, where no one laughs. I'm going to be laughing. It might just be me, right? Everyone's silent, like, what did he? And I'm like, I'm going to be laughing like crazy. So if no one's laughing, you better be laughing. A lot of humor comes from having this kind of inside joke with you. If you're someone who's very logical, like how I used to be, especially when it comes to humor, one thing that really helped me is doing something that snaps me out of that. So similar to me with, stretching the narrative and snapping people out of, the autopilot response, you want to do that to you. Because if you're very logical, chances are, say you're talking to someone, you're like, I want to be funny. Your logical mind is going to kick in and be like, well, what are some logical things that I can say that would make me laugh? But then that just fuels this logical metaframe. So what you're going to want to do is something out of left field, right? If you're very logical, just say something that you can't logically embrace, right? So if you're talking to someone, blurt out a random word and see what happens, right? Talking to someone, you're like, candles, right? There you go. Hey, so yeah, I was watching this movie. Anyway, candles. Now, person you're talking to is like, wait, what, candles? And even that notice, you can't logically explain it. You can't be like, yeah, you're like, yeah, candles. And really all you can do is laugh.